Shaking people, back with another reaction, back with some more Blancmange. Going back to the greatest hits compilation we're going through. Once again, shout out to Han Solo. Shout out to Stefan, who mentioned that there is a different mix of a track that's coming up. It's not this one, but it is coming up very soon. That we'll go through instead of the normal version of the track. And yeah, ultimately, I've really enjoyed the opening few tracks on this compilation. I'm beginning to get a sense for why this group is highly regarded. It's interesting though, Living on the Ceiling, I enjoyed that tune a lot, but Feel Me is still like resonating in my head, and like the audacity of the vocals in that one, I can't like stop listening to it. I've been listening to it, you know, pretty regularly for the last like week or two since I did that reaction. So it is funny how like when you have no context for a group, you might latch on to a song early on that turns out that, you know, it's not one that is considered on the same level as some of their bigger tracks. So again, I enjoy Living on the Ceiling, but Feel Me, for whatever reason, is the one that's like still like ringing in my ears. So like I said, enjoying the opening few tunes, getting a sense that the synth work in this group is something of note. So yeah, the next track on the compilation is called Waves. Waves come in all different forms, macroscopic, microscopic, functional in relation to the human world, also types of waves that you know, we can't even detect with our sensory organs, with our eyes. So you know, waves can be conceptual, like a wave went through a crowd and they began to, you know, the emotion of the people on hand began to change. A wave could also be you know, a kinetic force that crashes against something as a metaphor or as a literal concept. It's, you know, it's a very wide open term, which again, it speaks to the way that single word titles are tough to get a read on, even when the word in question has a lot of meaning or meanings. So let's find out what it is. This is Blancmange. The tune is Waves, and it's included on a greatest hits compilation that friend of the channel Han Solo has made available. I like that it climbed up and then it was more subtle than I expected. I do like that simple piano key riff.
Waves, then goodbye.
Oh,
I live in a wafer thin dream.
synth pop. The synth bass is like, it's sort of, it's not super high profile, but it's resolute. Thunderous ending should be followed by thunderous applause in the style of a classical performance. But seriously, you know, the multiple layers, it was string synths, it was like a true piano sound keyboard, it was like synth choral type vocals that had this very, you know, transcendent sort of elevated feel. So I didn't catch all the lyrics, though I did hear multiple understandings or renderings of the word waves, which, you know, first like waves and then goodbye, so then it's like, you know, a gesture humans use to indicate an emotional sentiment upon parting or greeting. But then it's like, you know, a wave came over me, so we're talking about conceptually like a shift, whether that's emotionally or even intellectually or logically understanding something different very suddenly, like an epiphany. So it sounds like there were multiple usages of the concept of waves and its various understandings. So yeah, gotta listen to this one some more for the lyrics. I'm sure some people will comment. But sonically, a very elegant tune, which, you know, it was dynamic, it had that synth 80s sound to it, but it also had this, you know, like, you know, make sure, you know, you wear like black tie, like it's, you know, it's a nice performance, it's a very elegant, classy type of thing. And I loved in particular the way at the beginning and then later in the tune, the sonics got more intense, it was building, and it shoots up, and then it just floats like this feathery melody for a couple measures, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.